Time to go. Good morning. Good morning, my peeps. Bob, K6UDA. Glad to be back. Live. Live from America. Yes, it's Bob, K6UDA. Hey, how's it going? Let's see, who do we have in the house? Looks like we've got Gene in the house. Tim is in the house. 10 people online. 10 nodes connected. Good morning. So if you're watching on the live stream and you're not on the net or on the node side there, go ahead and just give a hi or a wave or a whatever so I know who's in here. And everybody else knows who's in here. Stuart Clark. What is up? W1SLC. One of my old peeps from the old country. Man, nice. Let me, I'm looking in the monitor here, and I don't want to disrupt the feng shui in the background. Let's see. William Goebel. Let's see. This is Give Me 5. Tom Jones in the house. Jim Verboten. Eddie Hathrell in the house. William Goebel. And K7CAN Mike, actually, I am going to almost call you out for your POTA activities and how much you've learned. I'm hoping that you can maybe get on the net when we're operating and kind of tell your story, because your story is super germane to today's topic of training. Garrett Stevens in the house. Sean Gary in the house. Brad Smith. Good morning. Testing 1 2 3 4 4 3 2 1. Brad, you're in there, my friend. Let's see. Paul Dunskin. Good morning from East Texas. Miko Wolf. Aaron Bond, W1ATB, in the house. Alan, KJ7LTV, from Twin Falls. Great. You know what? I've just heard somebody else here from Twin Falls that helped me by giving me a radio check. One of the new things that we got today, one of the bitches that I've heard is on the live stream. And this is the reason I'm wearing headphones today. On the live stream, guys were bitching that they couldn't really hear the radio side if there was people talking in the radio. So what I've done for today, and I got it to work finally, is I have audio input on, I don't even have camera 2 set up, but I have this thing called a Roadcaster here. Let me just fire up number 2. All right, I'm going to fire up number 2 while we're here. 34 people, 9 thumbs up so far. Man, can I get 34? It doesn't cost you anything. Let's see. We got 10 minutes before the official start of the net. I am going to switch off to camera 1 and then camera 2. This over here, this is called a Roadcaster. This is my sound mixing board, and literally I have now plugged in the FTM 400 into pot number 6 here, which is for like an iPhone or an input So, let me see here. Let me run to there. There's the weather. So on the B side there's the weather. And you probably don't want to listen to the weather. So I'll turn that off. But anyway, that's how this is working now. I've got it all set up, and it does seem to be working. Not around a radio. Let's see. Hello, everyone. Randy. Let's see. Brad Smith. Good morning from Arizona. Let's see. Randy Leahy. Hello, everyone. Remember to join the Discord. Yes, that is something. Well, there's the address. If you're not a member of the Discord and you want to be, the address is up on the screen. I'm not going to move it and play games with it right now. Let's see. K7CAN is not around a radio. If someone has a node, I can connect to it. I have a node. Mike, I have a node. Let's see. Kurt Bales, been a while since I did YSF, so let's see if it can work with my hotspot. AI6ZX. Very, very cool. Go ahead and just key it up. And we're going to go back to, hang on, camera 1. Then we're going to go back to the live stream screen that I've got set up. So Kurt, go ahead and fire it up. If you key it up right now, you'll know if you get in, because right there on the top of the screen, you'll see a list of nodes, and you will come up. Your call sign will come up, and it'll be green if you're getting in. Let's see. Let me get in here. Discord. Guys, we're going to move everything after the net. We're going to move over to Discord. We usually keep this going. There you go. There you're in there. We normally, sit around here and BS a little bit. Well, I BS, you guys text. The difference between this and Discord is we all go into the after chat or the after show chat, and we can all talk. It's very cool. Much, much cooler than me doing the talking and you guys just typing in something every once in a while. Let's see. Mike, the 44200 has their analog link set up, and don't see the All-Star node. Well, I'm not on All-Star. I'm on Echolink, but the repeater isn't on Echolink. Let's see. Garrett says his call sign is not showing up. Garrett, are you hitting? Did you move that repeater near you, or you've got you have your open spot that I gave you. So I don't know. You could try getting in and seeing if that works. Try just putting your call out and see if it, make sure that you're on the YouTubers also. Don't know. Looks like we got people already showing up on Discord. That is awesome. And I'll be over on Discord. He's on the open spot. I'm not seeing your call sign showing up, my friend. Don't know what to tell you. It's you're gonna have to work that one out. You might want to make sure that you didn't swap it to another room or reflector. I don't know. Anyway, guys, there's the Discord address. It's an invite. You have to be invited. Everybody on the net is invited to the Discord. And I'll pop that up from time to time and make that announcement. See, just a few minutes away from grabbing the mic, the proverbial real mic here, and starting the net for reels. Does anybody have anything? Number one, did everybody go and watch the video that I put out yesterday? Because that was kind of the impetus for jumping in today and doing what we're doing. And we're going to I want to kind of deep dive more into it. The videos, I try to keep them down, to around 10, 15 minutes because of short attention span theater. But here, we're all in this really to learn and to be that community. Let's see. Bob Patton went with tactical. Nice. Randy Leahy, Wires X SDR, could use a UX rehaul. Oh, I know that it's working. How's my audio over here, by the way? Am I lagging? Is there anything? Well, I can't do anything about it now. So, if it is, tough shit. And I could say that right now because I'm not using the ham radio. Let's see, 37 people in the house, 40 people in the house. Love to get it up to 40 thumbs up. Please, the thumbs up is much appreciated. Also, right before we get going here, if you guys like this content on YouTube, if you like the other content I do on YouTube, please consider subscribing to the channel if you already haven't. Please also consider leaving a comment on the videos and hitting the thumbs up, all that good stuff. But I do have a new thing that I just kind of put up, and that is memberships. I got 1 minute to talk. I got a new membership platform on YouTube, and there will be some perks coming out of it. A few people here already know some of the stuff that I'm planning. Well, at least Garrett knows. Some swag, some other stuff, some very cool things and collectibles. Also, you get to see the videos ahead of everybody else. So, that's kind of cool. Discord meetup after. Yeah, that's nice. All right, guys, I am going to get ready now, and we're going to start the net in just a minute. So, with that, I am going to run. Nope. Come on. I need this one. Okay. All right, Shell is in the house. Jim, SSBN, and it is 9 o'clock. I'm going to go ahead and grab the mic here. I hope Hopefully somebody's going to kind of take roll because I'm not doing it today. All right, everybody. It is 0900. Welcome to the Southern Idaho Command and the Southern Idaho Preparedness Net. This net meets every Saturday morning, except for the last week, at 0900 hours Mountain Time on the K6UDA repeater located here in Twin Falls, Idaho. This is a digital-only net accessible via Wires X Room 40448. That's the Idaho command. The YSF reflector 56026. That's the YouTuber's YSF room. Also available locally here on the Hanson Butte 2 meter fusion repeater on 145.170. And local people, local hams without a digital radio can also get on via the 44200 repeater, also located here in Twin. The purpose of this net is the free exchange of information related to emergency preparedness, commonly known as prepping. We encourage deep dives into subjects related to food, water, shelter, personal protection, weapons, survival, tactics, medical issues, communication gear, and techniques. I'm looking for subject matter experts to lead discussions on all these various subjects. So if you have something you'd like to present, let me know. You can either send me an email, contact me on the radio, or when we're here during the net, go ahead and say you got a subject that you'd like to present, and we'll get with you. All right. In order to give everyone an opportunity to be heard, and we got 14 nodes on board right now, and this is for the radio side. I'm going to do initial check-ins in the following order. I'm going to do local repeater check-ins. That is, if you're on one of the 3 or 4 local repeaters, I'll call for you. If you're on Wires X, on your own node or somebody else's node, you can do a check-in over there. And then YSF check-ins, and then I'll read some of the live stream comments. You're encouraged to check in with your first name, call sign, location, and how you're getting into the net. That being said, do we have any local repeater check-ins?
Kilo Juliet 7, Romeo Alpha Romeo, Terry in Twin Falls.
All right, Terry, thank you. Any other local repeater check-ins?
KK7 JTK, Matt in Twin Falls.
Very good, Matt. Good to have you there. Local check-ins. All right, how about Wires X? Wires X check-ins. If you're on a node anywhere in the world and you want to check in, now's the time.
N6 EMS. My node's parked on yours all the time.
Outstanding, Bob. Glad to have you here on the net. And N6 EMS is one of the permanently parked nodes, a friend from the old country. Any other Wires X check-ins?
KD8IOK, Yuma, Arizona, Wires X.
Jeff, very good. Thanks for checking in, and thanks for being part of the net. Any others? Wires X, Wires X.
N7 TMS, Todd and Mountain Home.
All right, Todd, very good. Glad to have you from Mountain Home, and welcome to the net. Wires X check-ins.
W1AGV, Aaron in Sacramento.
All right, Aaron, good to have you. And say hi to all the boys at the candy store. Wires X check-ins. We'll just keep going here.
N5 VUJ.
N5 VUJ. Good to have you from North Texas. Wires X, well, we'll open it up to YSF too. YSF check-ins.
Good morning, Brad, from Close Falls, Idaho. Local receiver.
Brad, very good to have you. Say hi to everybody up north, K7YAZ. And this is K6UDA for the Southern Idaho Preparedness Net. We're taking check-ins, all modes, anywhere in the world.
W5JAP, Jim in West Texas.
Good to have you, Jim. Thanks for joining the net. Any more check-ins? We'll do a couple more check-ins, and then we'll come back to that. All right, looks like we're about out of check-ins for the moment. And I'm just wondering if you guys on the live stream, if anybody wants to just comment, are you hearing the radio traffic on the other side? Yeah, just a yes or no.
Yep.
Ah, Bob too. Thank you. Let's see. We've got a couple of good check-ins. We had a lot of check-ins early on the live stream. Jim Verboten, what HF frequency can you use to follow the net? We're not on HF, but there's well, you're getting okay. Good. I'm getting a lot of yeses, so everybody can apparently hear the radio side on the net. Okay, a couple of things that we wanted to get out of the way here. And after the net, we normally hang out here on YouTube. We have hung out here on YouTube on the live stream and done an informal chat, a more informal chat. We started up a Discord server, and today we're going to try to migrate over to the Discord server. And let's see. And that is a fantastic place to have actual two-way or multiple-way conversations with people. We could do audio, video. We can pass text back and forth, all kinds of cool stuff. And I am going to run back over. Hang on here real quick. I'm going to put up on the live stream. I have put up the the link to get into the Discord, so you can copy that down or do however you need to do. Jump on the Discord, join it, and get in on the conversation. Let's see, a couple of sit reps that I've got. Most of you probably know I just got back from a trip out to California, and I say California with a K, because the people out there, or a lot of the people out there, are just bat crap crazy. I don't know why they don't stand up and stop a lot of this stuff. A couple of things that stood out in my mind is California's new $20 an hour fast food minimum wage. I don't know. Did the people in Sacramento think that this was going to end well for workers, for businesses, for everybody in California? I don't know. Franchisees warned California lawmakers months and months ago what was going to happen. Lawmakers ignored them and absolutely said, oh, no, you're bluffing. Well, April 1st rolled around and bam, massive layoffs. Stores are closing. The rise of Robo-Burger is here in California. And I was watching videos of people that were crying the blues that their entire store didn't get any notice that now the store is closed and they don't have jobs because, hey, they're getting $20 an hour, but now they're getting nothing. Let's see. While I was there, I also, while we were staying there, I had a chance to read their local newspaper, the Sacramento Bee. It's a liberal rag. I don't recommend it to anybody. But anyway, they had a article about the insurance crisis, the home insurance crisis in California. And the insurance commissioner of California was trying to break the sad reality and prepare people for the fact that California homes and businesses are soon going to be uninsurable. And why does he say that? His excuse is it's global warming. No, not because California's mismanagement of the utilities, not because California's mismanagement of the forests causing everything to get completely overgrown, fire prone, and, burn when it, when the weather is hot. And it's also not because of the quasi-public utilities like SMUD and PG&E that are able to dictate their own policies on electric consumption to Californians. They shut the power off in a stiff breeze, and they gouge their customers with literally some of the highest electric rates in the country. But, hey, it's not California's fault. It's global warming and Trump's fault. Okay, apparently yesterday there was an earthquake in the eastern part of the country. I had heard just briefly that it hit 6 or 4.6 on the Richter scale, which out west in California is kind of a nothing. That's a nothing burger. In the east, I understand that can be pretty severe. Because that part of the country just doesn't see any earthquakes. Wondering if we've got anybody that's got any other intel on that, We'll open it up.
KK7JTK.
KD8IOK.
All right, JTK first, and then IOK.
Yeah, the only thing I was going to say is that 4.8 is pretty small. I lived in California during the Bay Bridge collapse and those earthquakes as well, and remember drilling every day. But the thing that did happen is the 911 call centers were overwhelmed with the amount of people calling in the earthquakes, and that's across multiple states, multiple counties. So kind of an interesting development with your 911 centers not being able to handle the influx of those calls, and I'm sure a lot of people called, but interesting metric.
Oh yeah, definitely. All right, let's move on to Jeff. IOK, go ahead.
Yeah, good morning, everybody. Bob, my understanding is that there was actually two separate earthquakes, not the second not being considered an aftershock. First one was allegedly 4.8. Second one was approximately an hour or two later, and that was a 4.0. From what I understand, there was no damage, but I agree that the 911 call center was overloaded with calls. And I know that there was a lot of concern in the Staten Island area. The earthquake was actually in New Jersey, was the center, and there was a lot of concern in Staten Island area, and there was a mass convergence on all of the bridges to check bridges for safety and stop cars from trying to cross them until they could determine that they were structurally sound after the quakes. Over.
Thank you, Jeff. That's good information. So, if you're in the eastern part of the country or you're visiting the eastern part of the country, I guess they've got their issues right now. Out here, we're just we go ho-hum. It's not that big of a deal. And a 4.8, like Matt said, being from California, a 4.8 doesn't even ruffle feathers. I don't even think a 4.8 makes the news anymore in California. Let's see. Pamela on YouTube says Tennessee has had over 300 earthquakes in a year. The New Madrid fault and East Tennessee fault. Very interesting. Let's see. In other SITREPS news, the Eclipse is happening on Monday. There's going to be a large part of the country that's going to experience a near total eclipse of the sun. For the rest of the country, it'll be 40 to 60% of the sun is going to go into eclipse. A few safety tips. Don't look directly at the sun without some heavy-duty eye protection, unless you're a Biden voter. If you subscribe to socialism or communism, you're already protected from the sun, and you could feel free to gaze at it at will. Everyone else needs to take precautions for possible traffic jams, fuel and grocery shortages from heavy visitor congestion and traffic jams after the eclipse. Also be aware of strange people in your neighborhoods, strange people who are looking to maybe victimize others while they're traveling. Don't know. Let's see. Every time there's an eclipse story, the stories of the end of the world go crazy. So far, I've been through a lot of eclipses. It's never happened. Nothing really bad has ever happened. So I don't expect anything to happen. But hey, this is a preparedness net. So let's be prepared. Let's see. Do we have any fills or anything on the radio? Anybody have anything on the radio so far?
KK7JTK.
Yes, Matt. Go ahead.
I got a couple things in international and national news that I think we need to be looking out for. Most of the stuff comes from The Wire.
It's the floor is yours. Go ahead.
One of the big developments this week is Ukraine to join NATO. They don't have a date on that yet, but that would, in theory, throw us into a war with Russia. So that's a big one. We don't know when that date is and what the after effects of that will be. Break. The government turned down 2 million barrel oil order, which is causing gas prices to rise. What I didn't realize, and I found out this week, is they've been dipping into the strategic reserve to falsely keep gas prices low in a pre-election cycle. And now that the gas reserves are dipping low and they did not buy the million in reserve, the gas prices are going to, which of course doesn't make sense if politically you're trying to keep them down, but still something interesting to watch. Break. Colorado has put a new bill on the floor. It's passed the first stages. It's called the Road and Safety Act. It's 3 pages long. Its sole purpose is to grant illegal aliens driver's licenses. In most states now in the United States, a driver's license is going to be what's required for voting, and in some states, they're automatically registering you as a voter with the acquiring a driver's license. And then in local news, Meta sold a bunch of data to Netflix. They're still going through what that looks like, and the investigation's ongoing, but that's what they're being investigated for. And then one last thing for international news in Houthi, the Houthi forces in Yemen. It looks like they're trying to negotiate with them to allow ships passage, and that is emboldening them to do more attacks because they realize that their attacks now are getting them negotiation powers. And that's it for me.
Matt, thank you so much. That, my friends, is exactly what this net is all about. It's not about me sitting here talking. It's about all of us getting together and getting the information out. And Matt, that is great information. Thank you very much. Let's see. We're gonna move. Well, you know what? I'll take a couple of check-ins. We'll look for more check-ins for the Southern Idaho Preparedness Net.
Kilo Bravo 7 Delta Foxtrot Papa Mobile.
All right, Ken. Thanks for joining us locally here in the Magic Valley. Any other check-ins?
62 Idaho Kilo Delta.
W2IKD, thanks for joining us. What's your name and where are you from?
My name is Jane, and I live in Post Falls, Idaho, up in the Panhandle.
Jane, thanks for joining us on the net. And yeah, Hey, welcome to the Magic Valley from the Panhandle. Great to have you guys with us. We'll do some more check-ins for the Southern Idaho Preparedness Net.
N7GRS, Echo, Patterson, California.
All right, we got N7GRS and KN6EVQ from California. And Garrett GRS is from the Treasure Valley here in Idaho. So Idaho is well represented.
Kilo Delta 8, Lima Golf Zulu. This is Shell in Yuma, Arizona on Wires X.
Shell, great to have you. Thanks for joining the net. We'll take just a couple more, and then we're going to move right into today's main topic. Okay, you were a bit broken there, but I got Twin Falls, Idaho. Local check-in. That's awesome. Okay, I got the Bravo Delta. It's your signal's a little bit weak into the box.
Bravo, Romeo, no. Jerome, Idaho.
All right, Bravo Romeo Delta from Jerome. Gotcha. Let's see. I think, number one, I am Bob K6UDA for the Southern Idaho Preparedness Net, and it's time to move into to our main topic today. So hopefully a lot of you watched the video that I put up yesterday. Today's net is along those same lines, and it's about training. Mainly today training on the radio, but training with everything to do with your preparedness. Number one, why do we train for anything? Why train for defensive tactics? Why train with firearms? Why train for comms? Because we don't do it every day. These are things that are not our everyday, they're not our everyday lives for the most part. Now, there's firearms enthusiasts who go out and shoot a couple of times a week. They are training when they do that, but they make their living maybe with a firearm. Cops, some military tactics, the same thing. Physical skills. We go to the gym, we walk, we run, we do all that good stuff. Because if we don't, we end up looking like me, like a fat body. Comms, because this is something that unless you're doing it every day because you either enjoy doing it or you're doing it for a living, it's not a regular part of the world. So let's just put it let me put it this way. This net is training. I didn't put this together because you need a source of news. You right now in good times, you all can turn on the news or go on the internet and get the news that you want, that you think is important to you. This is to me, a training opportunity to get us all using the radio, get us all together and build a community. That's also part of the training, is building that community. So I did it because I felt the need to condition myself to report the news, to help the community. And when there's a dire emergency, I will have at least a little bit of training, or I will have something to fall back on in my world. Now I know there may not be an internet when something goes really wrong, but the fact is that there's a number of us here on the radio, at least in the Magic Valley, that will be able to get a hold of each other, that will have the ability to meet up and help each other in that time of emergency and help the rest of our neighbors. And you guys on the live stream, it's about building the community and maybe getting a view into the radio portion of the net that you don't have at home. Let's see. So here's some of the things that we need to make part of our training. Is to have an assigned place and time to meet up. Like right now, our assigned place and time to meet up is 9 a.m. Mountain Time here on the K6UDA repeater, or whatever node you happen to be on. I think you want to be able to establish a frequency and have alternatives to that frequency in case you need to use them. You want to make sure that your gear is in proper working order. You have all the necessary equipment to successfully activate your station under changing conditions. Just 2 days ago, we were in shirt sleeve weather, working out in the yard. Today, everything is covered in snow. That is a changing condition, and that might change the way that you have to operate your station or set up your station. So we need to train for that stuff. Knowing how your equipment works, how to manually enter a frequency into that HT if you've got Bowfangs, how to do that, how to do it on a more expensive radio. Not just what is programmed into your radio, but getting in there and actually doing it hands-on. What are the odds and ends that you're going to need to make your station be able to activate, to let you be able to get on the air and do things? Do you need connectors? Do you need more coax in your Go kit? Are your batteries charged? Are they ready to go? Do you have an alternate power source if your batteries aren't working? Do you have any backup gear? And are you training on that backup gear in case your primary gear goes south for whatever reason? Let's see. Does anybody have any stuff for the net right now, or any fills on that?
N6EMS.
Bob, go ahead.
Hey, Bob 2, greater Sacramento area, but anyway, yeah, I don't know, you kind of got to know your equipment first off, but yeah, it's always good. One of the reasons that I have a couple of Bowfangs is the ease of doing front panel programming on them. They're pretty straightforward once you learn the setup, and I actually carry those at work because I can bang them around, and if I break them, you know, whatever, it's $50 versus $450 use. You know, I have it, but don't play with that. And then beyond radios, there's a lot of other things. You know, we already talked a couple of weeks ago, I think, about first aid kits. You should have those, and some training to go along with. I'll let that break. I think that's probably enough to chew on for now, and I'll let it go back to net. N6EMS.
All right, Bob, thanks. Some other things. Here in the Magic Valley, we have been working to establish some emergency frequencies and some new protocols in case of a real emergency, in case there's no power, in case the repeaters go down. And for that, I want to turn it over to KJ7RAR, who's kind of spearheading the project.
This is KJ7RAR. Thanks, Bob. Yeah, what we are doing here with the Magic Valley Club is we have set up frequencies, simplex and digital and just NHF, UHF, VHF, and we have just so many of them, just certain amounts of them, and we have them titled Tech 1, Tech 2, so that if there is an emergency, we get together on the common radio frequency, and we can say go to Tech 1, go to Tech 2, Tech 5, whatever, or you can just go there, and we will meet there and be able to have communications. One of the things that we are involved in is the fact that, you know, if the power goes out to where our repeaters are down, we need to know what to do with the simplex. Back off for a sec. So yesterday I was going over all the frequencies with a buddy and making sure we were able to connect and everything went well. But it's been so long since I've programmed my 991 or my handheld that because I use the what is it, the computer programming to do it, FT systems or whatever that is, that I forgot how to program them. So I had to get the book open and remember how to do it, which is something we might need to do. So I had to go to the frequencies and take off the offset so that the simplex would work. So what Bob is saying is really true. We need to practice and make sure we remember how to do the things we need to do without using our computers because they may not be available. And also to have a system set up so that we can contact one another and know where to do it, right? So I personally recommend that if you're in a club, you have something like that set up. If you're not, if you have some friends that you can that are on the radio together with you, to set some things up and then practice it. So what we're going to do Tuesday night on our net is we're going to have an emergency setup. So everybody that wants to be involved will come, and I'll tell them where to go for their TAC, and they'll go there, check in, and at the end of the night we'll know how many were able to check in, how many were able not to, find out any issues or problems we had, and then try to correct them so that we can get it down and in working order. So I think that's really important what Bob was talking about today. Over.
Question?
Go ahead, question.
Hey, Bob 2 and 6 EMS. Hey, are you strictly doing 2 meter simplex up there, or are you incorporating maybe some HF into that?
This is Terry. We're using HF, and we're using 2 meters and 440. So we're using just about everything we can get.
Copy that. Well, if Bob KCCA promulgates that list, and I'm around, I could definitely help out on the HF side down here, listen and see if we can make the connection work.
All right, good information, guys. Thank you. And thanks for the offer there. We'll probably take you up on it on the HF side. All right, back to my list of things to train for, how to train, why we train. I say you do the things that make you uncomfortable, that are hard for you right now. This is good times. This is the perfect time to do those things in radio or in other parts of your life that are painful, that you don't understand, that you just kind of want to say, you know what, it doesn't interest me, but you should be doing it. If your weakness is programming your HT by hand, do it now. Sit in front of your TV and practice that. If your weak spot is the mechanics of building a station or putting together a portable station, or even building an antenna, set it up now. Do those things now. Tear it down, set it up, pack it up, whatever. These are things when I talked about playing is training. And I was talking specifically about Mike K7CAN. POTA and SOTA. These are, people who don't participate. I get it. You don't want to participate. But these are such great training activities. And I'm going to let it drop here. POTA and SOTA, such good training activities because, as Mike will attest, he was a brand new ham when he kind of started doing it. And he's become like a POTA god. The guy is activating a couple of POTA places a couple of times a week, which means that a couple of times a week in different conditions, he is packing up his gear. He's trucking it out to wherever he decides to set up. He's setting his gear up. He's perfecting the art of setting up a portable station under less than ideal conditions, and he's making contacts. And that's the other thing, is if you don't understand that setting up portable setting up under less than optimal conditions is going to yield you less contacts than it would if you were at a home station with a big beam antenna and 1,000 watts. Get out there and see that, you know, calling CQ for a half hour, 45 minutes, and having nobody hear you. That's a thing. That's a real thing. And SOTA and POTA, great training opportunities. Making contacts, especially on QRP or compromised setups. It's challenging under the normal circumstances. And how's it going to be after an SHTF situation? Good practice is contesting, where you're handling basic traffic, you're logging it, you're chasing rare DX, and you're trying to break through massive pileups to get a critical message out. It's all frustrating. It's not easy. And a lot of people just go, well, I don't want to do it. I have no interest. But that is where you perfect your emergency skills, is doing it in good times under these nice, playful conditions. I want to call on K7CAN because he says he's connected. And I want him to kind of run through, Mike, if you don't mind, running through how you came up into the POTA ranks, I guess, and what your setup is, and your and how you perfected setting your station up wherever you are.
All right. Hopefully I'm connected, but it started with wanting to get out and being able to set up portable, and the best way to do that is to get into the field and do it. So I use a vertical antenna most of the time. It depends on how long I'll be somewhere. If it's a short deployment, most of the time it's a hand stick, and it's going to be longer than maybe that inset halfway will go up. Or there's the 17-foot vertical that have a radial for. So that's how all that started, and it's evolved from there. I enjoy the AC setup side of it because you never know when you're out and need to make contact with somebody. And I'll turn it back over to you, Bob.
All right. Hey, thank you, Mike. I'm going to get to a couple of little comments here that I wanted to go. Pamela says on her local Aries group, they'll have a net where they go to different frequencies. They check in after moving to each frequency, and that is very good practice. Ham radio frequencies. What you don't use, you lose. Practice, practice, practice. I can't say that enough. There are radios that I own, very nice radios that I own, that I don't use on a regular basis, that I had a mastery of them. And now I pick them up and I'm fumbling for the most basic functions on those radios because I don't practice with those radios. Luckily, I do have radios that I do use every day, but to the people who think that they could buy a radio, put it in a Faraday bag, and it'll be there for them and serve them when they need it, man, very, very woefully unprepared. And I know I'm speaking to the choir here. I'm preaching to the choir because you guys are here. You're actually making the effort to either watch on YouTube, or you're actually on the radio and putting it into practice. Let's see. Kurt Bales says 100% on POTA practice. His local club does this every weekend during the spring and summer. It helps that we have a state park in town. That's awesome. Very, very cool. Very cool. And it forces you, again, Kurt Bales, POTA forces you to learn how your equipment works, how to tune it, and how to assemble it. All very, very great training opportunities. Gene McPhee on YouTube says Field Day is also an excellent training opportunity. It is solo or part of a group. It is that is a fantastic training opportunity. That's actually what hooked me on the ham radio part of after I got my license. Let's see. I'm gonna get back to my my spiel here. Training to be undetected, to operate undetected. Something almost nobody talks about. Everybody. Oh, by the way, K6UDA for the Southern Idaho Preparedness Net. Training to operate undetected, using extremely low powers on your radios, and your Baofangs have high power and low power. High power being 5 watts, low power being 2 watts. Some of your other radios, I know, like the ICOM ID 51s, 52s, you could go down to half a watt or less than half a watt. I know I can do that with my Yaesu FT5. I can. There's 4 power settings there. The Kenwood, again, 4 power settings. Buy once, cry once, guys. I know everybody talks about, how much power we could put out, but how little power can you put out and get your message out to the people you want to get it out to. We used to practice in my old group. We used to practice super low power. We would put stubby little tiny antennas on the radio just to cut everything down, because we were operating, maybe 50 to 100 yards from each other and whispering, so we're not detected. And we wanted to make sure that the base couldn't hear us. So we were doing all these things to get ourselves more undetectable. Doing exactly what we're doing here today, operating on a digital mode, this knocks out about 70 to 80% of the, I won't say the ham community, but it'll knock out 70 to 80% of the SHTF crowd, the people that have Baofangs only, the people that have GMRS operating digitally here. They can't hear us. They can't understand unless there's an intermediary, which we do have right now. Using modes like WinLink, VARA HF, JS8 call. I understand. I get it. It's painful to learn and become proficient in those modes with all that equipment. But the payoff is huge. Even in the most hostile environments, you can pass tons of useful information along and do it virtually undetected. And the big question is why? Why can you do that undetected? Well, because most of, again, the uninitiated, the people who barely turn on their HF radio and spin across the dial, they're going to hear this. They're going to hear the AOL type noises, and they're just going to keep going. The digital RF noise is just getting dismissed by lots and lots of people. Either they don't have the setup to do it, or they don't know what it is and they don't care. And if they're not set up to receive the information, they're never going to get the information that you're putting out. All right. That's all I've got for today. Does anybody have any fills, anything they want to add for the net? K7YAZ, go ahead. Looks like his connection broke. YAZ, looks like your connection broke somewhere on the line. I had heard of that, and that was going around. It got tabled or killed this time, but don't think for a second that it won't be back. Especially if the Democrats get a hold of the House, Senate, and presidency. They will do something like that, which, kind of, man, I saw a YouTube video yesterday that we'll talk about on Discord. A gal, what was her name? Yomani Park. She lives currently, I think, in Chicago or something, married. She was an escapee, one of 208 escapees from North Korea. And let me tell you guys, what she has to say was so depressing, was so heartbreaking, and disappointing to hear. It boggles my mind, and I'll talk about that. We'll talk about it maybe on Discord, and maybe I'll talk about it another time. But I'm going to give YAZ a chance to come back. Are you still in there? Anybody else have any fills, have anything for the net?
KJ7RAR.
Terry, go ahead.
And I don't know how many people are paying attention. I'm sure everybody is. Israel. This morning, they were saying that they are calling in all reserves, posting all the posts. Everything's ready. They're expecting a major attack from Iran's proxies as soon as Ramadan's over. So they're just waiting for that, but it may not wait that long. They're actually prepared for this between the next 3 days. Most people don't realize that if everything goes to pot over there and they all attack Israel, that's going to be an extreme influence on all of us in every country. It's not going to just be over there, kind of like Russia and Ukraine. So just to have everybody be aware that this is a possible scenario, could happen within a few days or, shortly after. But just be aware and maybe keep watch. Over.
Yeah, very, very good information. I understand that I think yesterday was the end of Ramadan. Israel was fully expecting Muslims from all these countries around them, the 10 nations, if you know what I'm talking about, to attack, and probably through proxies of Iran right now. It's coming, my friends, and that also brings me to my last little sit rep for the day of the end of Ramadan, the amount of Muslims that have crossed our border into our country, who are undocumented, who are, I have no doubt, they're sleeper cells. They're waiting for the word. And when they either get the word or they decide they're going to kill the big Satan, which we are the big Satan, Israel is the little Satan, they will do stuff here, and it won't be pretty. Let's see. 54 people on the stream. 45 thumbs up. Can I get 10 more? 10 more thumbs up on the stream. And let's see. I've got 19 nodes connected for the Southern Idaho Preparedness Net. Thank you guys so much. Anybody else have anything on the radio side?
KF0 OHUs, this is Sean from Fridley checking in. Had radio issues on the hotspot, so trying to get through this time.
All right, Sean, great to have you with us, and thanks for joining the net. Anybody else, check-ins or fills, other sit reps?
I just want to mention, don't forget about packing your bug-out bags, too. They're pretty important.
Yep, definitely. Do you have anything else on that, or just pack your bug-out bags?
That'd be great. I just kind of, put I know it's like to be like a 3-day bug-out bag, but I don't know if anybody has any comments on it.
Well, I know personally, when we were in California, we had the full bug-out bags ready to go all the time. Since we've moved here, we've kind of made the decision that this is our last stand. We're not bugging out, but we do carry what I call a get-home bag, which is a very small version of a bug-out bag, which if I've got to bail out of the car for whatever reason, I should be able to get home if I'm, say, within a day's walk, maybe 2 days walk of the house. So yeah, you know what? That's also a very good topic that we'll cover on one of these nets. Anybody else? Any other comments, check-ins, or fills?
JK7 RAR.
Yeah, Terry, go ahead.
This is a little commercial. Don't make any money out of it, but for those that are interested, there's if you go to empshield.com, you can get a lot of information on some products that they have that will protect your car and your house in case of a EMP. Now, I know there's a lot of questions on that, and I had a million of them, and I called them and talked to them about my questions regarding how does it protect your car, how does it protect your house, etc., etc. And they're a very legit organization that's involved with the government and testing and all that stuff. So just saying, do some research on yourself. But EMP Shield, I think it's a good product. I've actually purchased them and put them on my cars and my house. So go to there and get the info. So EMP Shield, I think it's .com. Over.
Thanks, Terry. Good information, and at least somebody on the live stream says that he's got them. Any other fills, check-ins, sit reps, anything?
Can I get that website again, Steve?
Terry, go ahead and give her the website.
Okay, it's empshield.com. And if it's the wrong address, just type in EMP Shield on your web browser and they'll come up.
All right, thank you.
Other comments, questions, check-ins, anything else?
KJ788YJ. I'm Jeff. Good morning, Bob. Just checking in from Washougal, Washington.
All right, Jeff, good to have you from Washington. And any other check-ins, questions, comments, or anything before we close the net? All right, hearing nothing. I'm going to go ahead and shut this side of the net down. We will continue for a couple of minutes over on the YouTube side, and the Discord invite is on the screen. You could copy that down, and you could get on Discord, and we'll eventually adjourn to that. And I would like to thank everybody for being part of the net today. We've got 52 people right now on the YouTube side. We've got 19, we had 19 nodes on the radio side. That is phenomenal. The word is kind of getting out, and I want to do more stuff like this. If you guys have questions, if you have ideas for topics for the net, please get them to me. K6UDAradio@gmail.com, or you could leave a comment on a video, whatever you want to do. Send smoke signals, call me on the phone, however you think is best. Anyway, I am going to release all the nodes back to their normal ham radio operation. And I am K6UDA, Bob, and I'm going to say 7-3. All right, guys. So let me come in here. Oh, no. Okay. Hey, back to you and me. Thank you, guys. As some of the nodes slowly dissipate there. Freaking awesome. We'll be able to hear them if they come in. I still got them plugged into the board here. I'm going to run back and take a look at some of these comments, and we'll talk about them. And then we'll go over to we'll adjourn over to the Discord side where we can all have a good conversation. Anything happens, Miko Wolf says anything happens after, I'll let you know. Thousands of them up here. Law enforcement will not deport them. Anything happens.
1, 2.
2, 1, go ahead.
Hey, I don't know if you saw the message, but Seth got the Discord up. Are you going to do video on that or just chat back and forth?
I will do a little bit of both. It takes up quite a bit of bandwidth, but when I don't have anything else running, it's good on my end. Very cool. Very cool, guys.
Gotcha. All right. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go get a cup of coffee or something.
I'm now one of those guys, 62 years old. I'm the elderly. All right, my friend. I will talk to you in a bit. K6UDA. Okay.
Sounds good. And 6 CMS.
All right. Couple of comments in there. Robert Patton, 19 nodes. Just get ready and bags when the time comes. Nice. Like, share, and subscribe. Oh, yes. Thank you, Pamela. Let's see. James. Oh, James, by the way, got the coffee. I haven't had it yet, but I'm going to try it, and we'll talk about it. Thanks for the coffee, my friend. Let's see. My grandpa, who was in the Navy, World War II, Korea, Vietnam, as well as great-grandfather who fought in World War II, always told me to have plans for the worst, hope for the best. Absolutely. I can't agree with that more, because I have seen, nope, I'm not on the radio. Not on the FCC radio anyway. I have seen shit that would make most people go crazy. Until I heard, I was talking about this video that I saw yesterday, and I had posted it over on Discord. Just kind of happened on it. This gal, what the shit she went through was so unbelievable, over the top, that we in this country can't even get our heads around that type of oppression. Whew. Unbelievable. And we're letting it happen here. That's the bad part. We are going, as she talks about it, that we're going down the same path that they went down. And that's how it started 70 years ago in North Korea. So, what do you say? We got 50 people in the on the net. I am going to go ahead and fire up my I'm going to fire up my Discord. And I'm going to get in to Discord. And there we are. Okay. All right, guys, I am over on Discord right now, but I'm still listening to the headphones over here, so I can't really hear you over there. Oh, actually, let me turn my mixer up. What channel on Discord? If you're looking there, it is the after show live chat that we do on Discord. So be there. Man, got a bunch of people in here. That is freaking awesome. I am 100% down with that. Watch The Man in the High... Oh, James, The Man in the High Castle on Amazon Prime. That is... yeah, that is a bleak future. Not as bleak as what this gal talked about. And honestly, let me go... I can't even put it on... I can't put it on the YouTube. Well, I think we're going to go ahead and finish up over here. Looks like we've got quite a few people. Does anybody else want to give me a sound check over on Discord? Oh, look at that. How cool. Thank you. Stormborg. That is awesome. All right, so we're ready to go over here on the Discord server. Up on YouTube right now is the address, or that's the invite. So if you want to get in on the conversation, there you go. Your last chance. Oh, Pamela's in the house now. I see her, but she's under an assumed identity over here. I guess. She's muted. Almost everybody's muted except me. Wow. Yeah, you know what? It probably would be. I guess I need to figure out how to do push to talk. Mouse over voice and video. Where is voice and video? Probably. Well, it brought up my account, and it brought up a whole... Okay. Billing app, okay. Activity. Nope. I don't see it. Devices. I did. And it brought me up to my account. Streamer mode. Voice and video. There it is. And what? Okay, and push to talk. Okay. Yep, device settings. Okay. All right. So, am I getting out on Discord now? All right. Am I back on? Yeah, I think... crap. Hang on here. Yep. Okay. Man, I can't figure that out. All right. Guys, I'm going to close it out over here on YouTube. And I want to thank everybody for joining me. This is awesome. Never ceases to amaze me and surprise me and make me happy. So, if you're on the live stream, if you're still watching the live stream, thank you so much. We'll join you over on, or join us over on Discord if you want. Otherwise, I'll see you on the next video, I guess. I'm Bob K6UDA. I'm out of here. 7-3. Oh.